Picture this: Portland, Oregon, coffee capital, home of indie bookshops, food trucks that could beat five-star restaurants, and oh yeah, now officially on Donald Trump's war zone list. Because apparently, when the kombucha runs dry and someone spray paints ACAB on a wall, you need troops, tanks, and possibly the Avengers. That's right, Trump just ordered troops into Portland, authorizing full force if needed. And in true Trump fashion, he dropped the bombshell on Truth Social, tagging his brand new Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, who, by the way, isn't exactly George Patton. But sure, why not? So today we're breaking down 10 insane facts about Trump's Portland troop order and why this might be the wildest political showdown since Andrew Jackson tried to beat a guy to death with his cane. Fact has sown Trump's full force mystery. When Trump says full force, what does that mean? Tanks rolling down Main Street? Attack helicopters hovering over craft beer gardens? Or just a couple of guys in camo yelling at hipsters to put down their oat milk lattes? Nobody knows. That's the beauty and chaos of Trump speak. It sounds tough, but it's vague enough to mean anything from a sternly worded tweet to a full-blown martial law parade. But if full force was fuzzy, his reasoning for the order was razor sharp. He said Portland is war-ravaged. Fact #2. War-ravaged Portland. Really? Look, Portland has problems. Graffiti, protests, a questionable obsession with fixie bikes, but war zone? Not unless you count a shortage of organic kale as armed conflict. Oregon's Governor Tina Kotek literally clapped back saying there's no national security threat. Translation: Donald, stop watching Fox News B-roll and calling it a battlefield. And if the governor wasn't having it, neither was the mayor. Fact #3. Mayor says necessary troops equals 0. Portland's Mayor Keith Wilson flat out said, the number of necessary troops is 0. Bold move. You've got to respect a mayor who basically tells the president, hey, thanks, but we're good. Go invade Florida or something. And this isn't just shade, it's a reminder that deploying troops inside U.S. cities is legally, well, murky. But murky illegal waters never stopped Trump before. Fact #4. The Posse Comitatus problem. Here's the legal rub. The Posse Comitatus Act makes it pretty much illegal to use the U.S. military for domestic law enforcement. It's one of those protect democracy from dictatorship kind of rules. Trump's already been slapped down on this, like when a judge said his deployment of the National Guard to Los Angeles was illegal. But hey, if you can't bend the rules, are you even a disruptor? And Trump loves a good disruptor narrative, which brings us to the real enemy. He says he's fighting Antifa. Fact #5. Trump versus Antifa. Trump has branded Antifa a domestic terrorist organization. Sounds official, right? Except there's no legal mechanism in the U.S. to designate a domestic group as terrorists. Experts called it unconstitutional. It's like me declaring pineapple pizza is a crime against humanity. Bold, but not legally binding. Still, Trump's rhetoric has real consequences. It paints leftist protesters as enemies of the state. And if you think that's dramatic, wait until you hear about ICE. Fact #6. ICE in the crossfire. The real flashpoint? ICE facilities in Portland. Protesters have targeted them since June, sometimes violently. DHS even accused Antifa of doxing ICE officers, publishing their home addresses, and sending death threats. Now, that's serious, but critics argue ICE itself has been overreaching, detaining people with no criminal convictions, even pulling a dad out in front of his preschooler. Not exactly the bad hombres PR they promised. But while Democrats push back, some Republicans are lining up with popcorn and pom-poms. Fact #7. GOP cheers the crackdown. Trump's Portland order drew instant support from Republicans like U.S. Labor Secretary Lori Chavez de Ramere, who said she'd seen firsthand how Portland turned into a crime-ridden war zone. That phrasing is straight out of the Trump playbook. Paint chaos, swoop in with law and order. It's the same script he ran in 2020 during the George Floyd protests. And speaking of 2020, fact #8. The 2020 playbook reboot. Senator Ron Wyden said federal agents might be replaying Trump's 2020 Portland crackdown strategy. Remember that? Unmarked vans, mysterious agents snatching protesters off the street, tear gas flying like confetti. It was chaos. And Wyden's warning now is clear: don't take the bait, because Trump thrives on turning protest into political theater. And political theater it is, because legally, this whole thing might not even stick. Fact #9. The legal gray zone. Trump hasn't clarified if he's sending National Guard or active duty military. Both are dicey. The Guard requires state approval. Good luck with that in Oregon. The military is flat out restricted under Posse Comitatus. So we're left with a classic Trump move: make a massive dramatic announcement, then let the lawyers and bureaucrats clean up the mess later. But whether or not troops hit the ground, one fact is undeniable. Fact #0. Trump's war is political. This isn't about Portland being war-ravaged. It's about optics, image, and retribution. Trump thrives on the law and order strongman persona. He doesn't need Portland to actually be on fire, he just needs enough Americans to believe it is. And by framing Antifa as domestic terrorists, ICE is under siege, and himself as the lone protector of civilization, he turns a local dispute into a national drama. And that's where we are. A city that says it's calm, a president who says it's burning, and a country stuck in the middle wondering who's writing the script: CNN, Fox, or Trump himself. So, what do you think? Is Portland really a war zone? Or is this just another Trumpian plot twist in America's never-ending political soap opera? Drop your take in the comments. I want to hear if you think this is security or pure theater. And hey, if this breakdown made you laugh, gasp, or yell at your screen, do the YouTube thing. Smash that like button, subscribe for more sharp storytelling, and share this with the one friend who insists politics is boring, because clearly, it's not. Politics right now? It's reality TV, except the season finale could decide the fate of democracy.